Welcome back to another video on the channel, guys. In today's video we are going to build a submarine, as I spoiled last week. Two things before we start. One thing, it's the 1 to 144th scale. Second thing, I don't have rigging line anymore. I have to buy rigging line and, put the rigging line onto the submarine later. I think at the end of the year video series I will show it, or maybe earlier. Don't know when I'm going to buy rigging line. The next ship that I want to build is in like January or something, so next year. And yeah, not really sure about it. Anyways, back to the submarine. And yeah, it's a Type 21. It's one of my favorite submarines. I mean, from German submarines, it's very hard to choose a submarine. You have like two main types of the war, and then you have like the Type 23, the Type 9s, the smaller numbers that have been produced some subs. But yeah, the Type 21. I actually have this kit as well with full interior, which I will build next year as well. And then I have two of the same, but one has interior, which is superior. Anyways, without further more rambling, let's jump straight into the building process. And now for the building. We start with the fins at the front of the submarine, which are actually made to move. You can see here how it's supposed to work. I have no idea why they should move. I mean, it's great for posability. You can extend them or, put them in so they don't peek out. The endless capabilities, basically. But yeah, it's a nice little feature of the kit. Can you say feature? Would be if you don't have to cut off those little pin marks here. Yeah, that's okay. Not sure if they were needed. I mean, for me they were kind of in the way. And they are. But yeah, after my best cutting skills that I have, and I should probably cut that out, not gonna lie. I just attached it, and you don't need to glue this piece in place. I mean, yes, you have to glue it somehow to the two pins that go in it, which I think I did, I'm not really sure. But since it is, the top side, you might not need to. But yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. That's like the one piece that you have to put in the submarine. And then we just start with gluing the hull together. I mean, it's a submarine. Without anything, you can build them. The biggest pieces are just the hull, and they finish 50% of the submarine. I think I have to note while you see me gluing the hull together, I use extra thin Tamiya glue. It's a great glue. I also use normal cement from Tamiya, sometimes when I remember I still have it. And the thing is, capillary action, my partner in crime here, works great. But you have to, hold the submarine together before adding like the deck. And I just used some masking tape, just to hold it together, like most people do with every kit they have, every plane or submarine. And then I added the deck and had to glue it on with an enormous amount of extra thin cement, and also fixated it with some masking tape. Problem here is, with that masking tape, since it's still only masking tape and not something better, you can accidentally take it off. Oh, it happened to me during this build, I think. Once or two times during the build, I had the stripes of the masking tape on my hand because I somehow managed to take it off. Yeah. Anyways, that's a neat little tip. Also, you see there in the back, the rudder is not attached to the submarine. I should have glued the rudder on, well, not glued, but put the rudder inside before gluing the hoods together. It was the big nightmare to get the rudder in with its 2 pins, since it's movable as well. Yeah, and that's the most normal thing that happens to me, because I don't really, you know, want to look at the instructions for the kit, especially when it's a submarine and every piece that you have in the sprue makes sense by just looking at it and looking on the box and say, boat. Anyways, doing this build with the submarine, I realized that building submarines is actually fun. That's why I had like 5 as a kit. But yeah, problems is this is a Revell kit in 1/144 scale. I mean, which is normally very small for planes, and it's nice for planes. If you want a little MiG or something, you know, that you put in a corner and be like, that's a MiG. And that's a Falcon on the other end of the room, and, you know, anyways, for submarines, I had to do this railing on the submarine. I mean, you see it later on during the painting process and during the finished look in the pictures at the end. I had to do it myself. I had to stretch the sprue, because that's what the instruction said. You literally have to stretch some sprue. And yeah, I didn't want to. I thought, I'm smart, I just use some ordinary copper wire. Yeah, bad idea. Then I reached for the plastic sprues today, and yeah. Nightmare. A nightmare. It's not perfect. And I kid you not, I have looked if there's PE railing. There's no goddamn PE railing for this kit. None. I have looked far and wide, down and up, and there's no PE parts for this kit. I mean, yes, for the interior kits, for the interior model, but still no railing. And I'm very annoyed about it. But yeah, anyways, that's something I have to note here. Another thing I have to note here, since this is like a different version of an already existing kit. The kit with full interior came out first, according to ScaleMates. And this means you have some nice details that are hidden away from, yeah, the view. But those details on the deck are still visible. They are still there, since this kit and the full interior kit share the same pieces. And when you put the bridge on the submarine, you had a little small black gap. You can't see it here really, because I pushed it down with my thumb for gluing the bridge to the hull, but it was still visible when I painted it. Not really sure if some paint went in it and was like, okay, I filled the gap. I didn't really want to put some Tamiya epoxy two component putty in it, as well as some normal Revell putty. I think the Revell putty is only good for armor textures, and the Tamiya epoxy putty, it's working great, but I think I might buy some green stuff next month and use some green stuff in the future, and give my Tamiya epoxy putty some secondary role as a future wild line stuff. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. I will try green stuff in the future though. I heard it's very good. And it's still the same price in Germany as Tamiya stuff. And now for painting, which I kind of do right now. You saw that I put the XF2 white on the top left. And I mean, the yellow is self-explanatory. It's XF4 yellow. This has a reason. Because I painted the yellow stripes that you see later on the submarine first, and only the top section of the submarine primed white due to the colors I'm using. I wanted to use German gray for the bottom of the submarine, but I didn't have any, so I had to mix one myself, and only God knows what the mixture is, so like how many drops of black and white and stuff, only God knows, and I think he wasn't watching. Not really sure about it. Anyways, yeah, this is my gray. It looks better than German gray on a ship, not gonna lie. And maybe in the future I will mix some colors and put them in some empty bottles for later use and make a video about it. Who knows? But yeah, I did the same thing with the upper parts of the submarine after I carefully taped off the yellow stripes that I needed for later. I took some dark sea gray and put white in it. And with the white base coat basically, which isn't really perfect, as you can see from the camera, it looks great. Not gonna lie, it looks great. It looks like it's supposed to be, like the submarine we have in Hamburg. And yes, this submarine actually still exists. I think I built U-2540, which was later, after it scuttled, the crew scuttled it, was later resurfaced by the new West German government and used as a submarine, and now is on display in Hamburg after it got restored, and is the only Type 21 alive as a museum piece. We don't talk about the buried ones here on this channel. Okay, maybe in the future. Shut up. And after peeling off the masking tape and doing some adjustments with a paintbrush, I called it good. And there we are, guys. A Type 21 submarine and my incompetence to get a photo booth in its size. So, what are the pros and cons of this kit? The pros, it has a little stand that is not painted but will be in the future, maybe with the rigging. Cons, it's Revell, so you have some issues like the railing and or the fitting issues with the tower. But yeah. Now for my painting skills, they are not perfect, but they are okay for the submarine. They're okay. You can see the yellow stripe. I got some very thin masking tape from Heller. And it doesn't really look that thin, but it sure is thin. I mean, you only see a photo here. In real life, it's thinner. Yeah, a stripe. Anyways. At this point in the video, we would talk about a fundraiser. I have the money laying around here, but I have not yet counted it and taken a picture of it for this video. I have to excuse myself, and in the next week we will have a complete answer for my fundraiser. One more thing I have to add. Since this video is releasing, or well, as of today is released on the 25th of September, I only have 2 months left to collect fund. We are now at around 120-ish euros, which is much. I wouldn't have expected that much. And since football is still going on in my city, there are many games where people come to my city to see the game, and many fund bonnets, many beer bonnets. Which means, in the future, I might even get close to 150 euros. So, it's now the last line for the fundraiser. The next 2 months will be epic, I suppose. And now, thank you all for watching this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed it and give me a commentary on how stupid that railing looks, or your honest opinion on my model here. And until next time, I wish you a really nice rest of your day. Bye bye.